Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of Dragonheist. My name is Caboose, and I'll be the DM for this evening. So, last month, the last thing that our players did was our players had managed to get hold of the Stone of Glore, which was the key for the Vault of the Dragons. That was under the that's under the city. They had managed to get it from some rather unfortunate situations involving children and a mimic. One of them being quickly devoured and killed by the mimic. However, the other two were left alive and managed to escape upon you telling them to run. You all managed to get the Stone of Glore and proceed your way back out the sewers and out of a door that you had come in. As you made your way out of the door, you guys were promptly arrested for acts that were taken against the civilians of the city, including several acts of inciting panic and causing commotion, one count of murder, and a couple of other situations, and were placed under arrest. None of you guys fought it, and you went peacefully to the courthouse. As you did, you found yourself locked away in the basement of the courthouse. Your weapons taken away from you. Apart from, it was just your weapons that were taken away. That's right. Nothing else was taken from you as you guys cooperated. As you continued waiting for the judge to come, you were met with a guard that you watched as he knocked out one of the other guards and then proceeded to attempt to get your attention, trying to help you escape, saying that the judge was a corrupt judge and he rolled incredibly well in his persuasion checks, and you guys rolled not terrible on your inside checks, but he rolled like 2 crits on his persuasion checks. So as you guys believed him and left your cells and promptly followed him for a short period of time, he asked for the Stone of Glore that you had never given any information about, other than to one person who you're pretty sure wouldn't have shared it. Upon some suspicion being drawn, he drew a weapon and attacked you, and then incited a panic in the guards that were there to attempt to drag their attention. You all started combat with them, continued to fight him as the guards closed in on your location. As they did, you luckily knocked him unconscious as you watched as his form shifted of that of a guard dressed in guard's clothing to a doppelganger. As soon as this happened, all of you dropped your weapons dropped the weapons that you had acquired from knocked out guards. Backed up from the situation and told a guard captain that came to respond to the situation what had happened. Him looking over the situation and seeing the doppelganger laying on the floor, although entirely didn't believe you, luckily enough, he had enough evidence there that he believed enough of it to lock you guys back up for the evening, where you were greeted, or one of your members was greeted, after attuning to a stone, with the spirit inside the Stone of Glore. This sentient device reached out to Heath and told of him, giving him basically that there was 3 keys that he needed, along with the stone itself, to unlock the location of the vault. The other thing that he didn't let you know last session was the parts that the devices that you need with the key, which we'll go over at the start of the session, as well as the location. There was an old tower in the Sea Ward, is what you were told. And that was what you were given for now. You guys then proceeded upstairs into the courthouse and had your trial, and we're told that there would be a 500 gold fine upon lying, which you guys then proceeded to lie and get caught in a lie, And luckily the judge was in a good mood. And as well as didn't catch all of your lies. He caught some of your lies. However, with the evidence and the doppelgangers being brought in and questioned as well, you guys were let go with a mere 50 gold fine for inciting a panic. And the death of someone which wasn't entirely your fault is what the judge had deemed. You guys were given back your weapons and allowed to leave the courthouse. Where you guys promptly traveled straight back home, or are you still in front of the courthouse? Because that was where we ended, was as you guys left the courthouse. So I will let you guys take it from there.
We should go home.
Yeah, we should get home.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, one thing I will do real quick is I will send Heath the list of the 3 components, because it's more fun that way.
Okay.
For him to try to explain the 3 different things. I will DM you them in Discord shortly. I'm just typing them in right now. Here's 2 of them. And if you need clarification on what any of them are, just let me know.
I think I'm good.
Okay. So, you all head back home. You find the inn in decent shape as you guys have left. Let me go ahead and drag you guys to the inn as well, since you guys have been gone for a little bit. Session-wise, as well as in actuality-wise, you've been gone for over 24 hours from your inn at this point. Where is it on them? There it is. Troll Skull. There we go. So, when you guys arrive back, the rest of the second floor is done, as well as it seems that he has started on the 3rd floor and has this portion done, as well as this portion, and the floors are ripped out of the library and the rest of the section of the house. So, and you are greeted by your helper. Oh, well, welcome back. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Forgot we hired somebody.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You and the ghost been getting along?
Well, I mean, he hasn't done anything to hurt me.
Yeah, no, he likes the bar.
Yes, he cleans it every evening, I noticed.
He's pretty helpful.
But, I did manage to track down, the individual who, pocketed some of your gold. And she said that she would come back to start working for us. So, you all can deal with that when she arrives, as that was my part of the deal, is rather than, I could just bring her here and you guys could deal with it in person.
Sounds good. Thank you.
How many chairs are in the room?
You guys are in the bar. There's 30 chairs in the room.
Okay, I'm gonna start individually making a cut in each one of them on a leg to make sure that it doesn't bleed.
Okay. You individually take out your knife as you walk to all of the immaculately made furniture that has been
Just
painted and lacquered
One scratch.
by your elf by your elf woodworker.
I understand.
And make little cuts in each one. None of them bleed.
I understand the caution, but I'm pretty sure that our carpenter friend wouldn't have left us any of that.
Yeah, look, I can't trust any chairs. Except for mine.
That's when I make her chamber mimic. Anyways, So you guys are back at home, and yeah, you were given that information, Heath, on
Okay.
the 3 keys that you guys are looking for. And is there anything else you guys want to do?
I'm gonna double check my chair.
I'm just gonna quickly check on the cats and then head back down to the bar.
Also forgot that we had cats.
The cats, when you go to check on them, are quite fine.
Okay.
It seems that Annabelle has put out food for them, so.
Good.
Really work right now. Anything else you guys want to do?
Just bring beer.
Burztuk is grumbling mildly at the fact that his room's out of commission for the moment, but he's probably gonna hole up in the second floor, like, common room. Yes.
Mm.
You can stay in the storage room in the attic if you want.
It's a bit of a climb.
I mean, yes.
He's just up
I'm
one more
gonna
stairs.
set up in-
staircase.
I'm gonna set up in this room like we had talked about before.
Mhm.
You move all of your stuff to the one of the living quarters rooms you have.
So we can have the library as a library.
All right.
Who needs a
Mhm.
library?
Apparently we do. We always get books.
Nope.
Oh, as well.
Well, I mean, if we're
the-
setting up the library as a library, I'll probably put some books in there.
Mm.
Oh, as well, the people did come by and they have started setting up the plans for the colding areas for the spells in the basement for food storage purposes.
Oh, sweet. I think we just got one of the areas for now, and we were going to talk about another later.
You guys inspect it, you find no arcane measures being done yet, but first, like, you can quickly recognize it as arcane lettering, as they have started kind of carving into floors and walls for the circles to actually make them work.
Oh, okay. What were the circles for again? I'm trying to remember. No, it's for the,
for cold.
oh yeah,
Keep
we're
it
enchanting
cold.
the chilling area, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Enchanting the area so it's basically a little refrigerator.
Nice. Man, that has been a while.
Yep. Luckily, I have notes.
So what are we going to do now? It's still like early in the day, right?
Today, yes. You guys had spent overnight at the courthouse as you were waiting on your sentence. And you were released at 9 a.m., so you guys would have gotten back to the house around 10 a.m. if you just went straight there.
Mhm.
Well, is there
So,
anything else we need to do?
I mean, we should probably figure out what to do with the rock.
Yeah, I pull it out of my pants.
We put that in a pocket or something. Maybe not pants.
You guys watch as he pulls out the Stone
Maybe.
of Galore. Give me a perception check.
Hey, that's more normal.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
All right, Silas. You quickly notice, as well as Heath, you notice since you were holding on to it, as you pull out the stone, the 3 eyes that were on the stone that were closed are now all open.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. I think we need to have a talk about this. So, apparently, since I, put it in my pants last night, I, may have, like, talked to the stone. Its name is Galore.
Oh no.
He says hi. Mm, And also, he said something about the vault. We needed 3 things for it. It was a beholder's eye stalk, a bronze dragon scale, and a pair of bugbear ears. Those are apparently key components to open the vault.
Do we intend on opening the vault?
Do we need to open the vault?
I have no clue. Why did we even get the stone?
Just so they didn't have it?
Right. Okay.
I thought. I feel
I
like
mean,
we should talk to Barnabas.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And also thank him for vouching for us a little bit. Probably a lot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I suppose we should go over to see him.
Yeah, probably.
We have all our weapons back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna kiss my great axe and then put it back on my back.
You can very easily do that. So, are you guys heading back through town?
Do we want to eat breakfast here?
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
eat and
let's
then
get some
go.
food.
Sure. You guys call down Annabelle and ask her to go ahead and make breakfast. And we'll go ahead and roll it just for the sake of it. 24 isn't
if
bad.
I remember right, didn't we hear that it was a bunch of like money that was embezzled by Neverember in that vault?
Yeah, the last thing that you guys heard was that Neverember's all of his gold was placed down in that vault.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of money. Yeah.
And lost to the city. It could have been part of it was his personal wealth, part of it was
What he
embezzled
stole.
money. It was pretty much everything that he had. So before he was
So
actually,
people probably want that back.
before he was kicked out of the city.
I think I'd probably rather deal with his son than him.
Yeah.
He was
But,
kicked
I mean,
out of the
the
city
city's
as well.
probably
He
gonna
doesn't
want a
live in
part
the
of it
city
back.
anymore.
Yeah, the city will probably want back what was stolen.
Well, we should talk to Barnabas and see if that's what he wants. Then we can try to figure that out.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe some reward for us for doing it.
And then where we left off in our investigation with him was that the noble family. I don't remember who they are.
Castellanters.
The castle lanterns.
Them. It seemed like that they were holding something back, or they weren't telling the full truth, or something about what had happened, like with their android thing, Nimble, right?
Well, there's not a lot we can do about that.
Yeah.
No, but they have some sort of a connection, so if it's
Yeah,
not
but
missing,
a lot
there
of people
might be
prob-
somewhere to look. Just saying, because I don't just because we have this, it doesn't mean other people have stopped looking for it.
True, but
Something
we
to
want to
keep in
shake
mind.
off. Probably want to keep our heads down. Don't want to antagonize them.
Yeah.
It's even more of a target.
Yep.
No, but we are known to them.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I think in this case we just need to keep our heads down. If they do anything, then we can
I'm just
figure
saying,
something
I'm
out.
not saying we should go knock and say, "Hey, you lost some bread here," whatever. Just saying.
I think we should head to Barnabas now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
After we eat, because she just cooked for us.
Yeah,
I
right.
did just
Well,
cook
Yeah.
a almost crit meal. Very delicious. Did I give her a feat? No, she doesn't have that feat. That's my other
I'm so
campaign.
glad we hired a cook.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember if she had
And
the
bar
cooking
manager,
feat.
tavern manager, whatever.
So, you all make your way out and make your way across the city. Let me go ahead and toss you guys back to the city map. Yay! Hold chat as I zoom out on this gigantic beast. So you all head. Takes you about an hour to get to Barnabas's house, as he does live in the dock ward. So, you guys arrive. Go ahead and give me a D100. Whoever wants to do it.
He's home.
Yep. He has a
Okay.
table to see if he's home or not.
I got this.
All right.
It seems like a good number.
I have to see. So, as you knock on the door, you are greeted by an attendant. Oh, hello. Oh, it's you all. I believe that Barnabas is out at the moment.
Damn it.
Do you know where he is?
He said if you stopped by that he would be north of the marketplace, at a place called the Godcatcher. So it's
The
an inn
bar?
that's there.
An inn. Okay.
Frick, we
Thank
can get beer
you.
and talk to him.
Of course.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, that's where we're headed.
So you trek another hour north into the city. As you make
Look,
your way,
we get to talk to him and we get beer. That's a win.
yeah. As you guys make your way north through the marketplace, up Trader's Way, and find your way to the Godcatcher. Being as you guys have trekked the entire city, I'm not even going to give you a roll because someone probably remembered it. It has alcohol involved, so it's giving you the benefit of the doubt at this point. So, as you arrive, you find a smaller pub. This one has definitely been very much worn down over time, and seems to be a bit more of a lower income hide hole, for lack of a better word. You do see a lot of cloaked individuals here. A lot of them are very, very in rough dress, holes in their clothing pretty much entirely. A couple seem to be traveling merchants who possibly already finished selling or gave up in the marketplace and headed this way on the way out of town. And as you arrive, give me a perception check.
Two 18s in one day? Woo!
I know. I'm on a roll.
Pretty much everyone other than Burstuck. You guys quickly spot Barnabas speaking in the corner with a gentleman in slightly nicer clothes than the rest of this bar. It looks like possibly someone who might work with the guard, as you do see that he has a sword that resembles a guard's sword based off his sheath. Sitting in the tavern with him. He doesn't seem
Beer?
to notice you at the moment. He's facing
Beer?
away from you.
I start pointing at everybody. Like, you want a beer? You want a beer? Who wants a beer?
I'll take one.
I'll
grab a
I'll
beer.
pass.
2.
Just water or something else for me.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
It goes into it before it comes. Never mind.
I'm kidding. I know what water is. I also get everything, whatever anyone asks for.
Yeah, you can go
I'll
grab.
try to wave at him and get his attention.
Okay, he's currently facing away from you, so the easiest way to
I-
get his attention is probably approaching him.
Throw a beer at him. I'm gonna get 2 beers for the 2 people over in the corner and bring them beers at the same time.
Sure. Are you all approaching the table before
Yep.
Illyri just brings everyone's drinks to the table?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys approach, the guard, whoever this person is sitting here, kind of you watch as his right hand kind of quickly goes to his weapon, not in a means to draw it, but just to have his hand on his weapon. As Barnabas noticed the reaction, turns. Oh, there you are. I was wondering how long it would take you all. Good to see that you good to see the court sided in your favor.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yes, Isaac, I've already spoken of this. This was the party that's been looking into stuff for us. Oh, fair enough. Well, it's good to see that you all are okay. My name is Isaac Highshield.
Hello.
Greetings.
Pleasure to meet you. Easy, you all take a seat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem to continue on their conversation, what they were talking about for a moment, as it seems to pertain to what sounds like almost some keywords. It's definitely not. They're definitely not speaking in a way that would portray any information unless you knew what they were saying. You guys can give me a intelligence check if you would like to try to decipher any of it.
Intelligence check.
I'm not even paying attention.
Yeah,
Good
for
go.
Silas, for most of you, it just sounds like they're talking about a sick cat and going to get it from a place. If you pick up it seems like they have someone that they're looking for. You can't, obviously, without knowing what the keywords mean, it's difficult to decipher the location of where they're talking about. But it seems like the guard is trying to inquire from Barnabas where this person might be, and Barnabas is seeming to give them a decent guess of where he might be.
Okay.
But, with that business sorted, I'll leave you to your business, and I have some more business to attend to, it appears. He gives a nod as you watch as he puts on a more appropriate helmet for a guard, as he puts on a cap and makes his way out. As Alira, you come to the table with an extra beer.
Hey,
As he watches this man
got-
stands up to walk off.
2 for me.
Alright.
So, what all did you all find without giving specific details?
We tracked down the package.
I point to my pants.
Okay.
You have pockets, don't you?
Yeah, guys,
And,
I put it in my pants.
I guess the next steps are figuring out what to do with it.
Well,
But it's not in the hands of folks who would misuse it.
at the end of the day, silence is always a virtue. I can see if I can help you out with it. I believe there's a contact of mine that might be able to know a little bit more information about it, how it works, instruction. I don't know if you've met the Black Staff yet.
I
I
have.
believe I have seen her
Yeah.
acquaintance around your state before, though, when I
Yeah,
traveled
we've
by,
met
so
her.
fair enough. She would have a lot more information about this than me, as well as she's a good person to have as a confidant when it comes to things like this.
That's probably actually who I was thinking about going to next.
Fair enough. Has the package relayed any messages to you?
Yes, it has.
Fair enough. So, means that if the stories are true, then probably lines up. I don't know exactly the specifics, and I don't really care to. The less information I know, the less information I can give out. But, I would suggest possibly setting up a meeting with her, in a secure location, either the manor, or if you want to, my estate, or we could go to the tower itself. However, impromptu meetings with her don't always go well, so I would plan on making a notification beforehand. She's a very busy woman, to say the least. That was a thunderstrike, holy crap.
Alright.
Well, is there anything else that I need to know about?
There was a doppelganger.
Oh, that's interesting. What was the deal with that?
They tried to give us the thing to them and said that you said to do it.
It said that I said to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Well, what I can tell you with that is, let's not meet at my estate, then. 'Cause that tells me that there might be possibly a mole in my organization.
either that or people just connected us to you.
That's very, very possible, but I would still rather be safe about it.
Just letting you know. Earlier, he's just like sipping one beer and then sipping the other beer.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the information. That's good to know. Well, just let me know when the meeting is so I can hopefully gather up some more information for you. I
can
told
send
that
a
this-
raven.
I was told that this connected some information to the Castellanta estate. I don't know if
They
any of you know
lied.
anything about that.
They lied.
Well, yeah, lying is part of wealthy decree.
And maybe killed someone.
That I didn't know about. Interesting.
Well, what we could say is there were a couple of people already dead in there. People who were dead who weren't supposed to be dead in their tomb, and one person who wasn't dead, who we were told was dead.
It is precarious.
And we gave that person a chance to escape. So, if they are in fact dead, or if there's another body, then, well,
Who is this person? Just wondering. Is there a chance I can look into
Florist.
the information for you?
she was a florist.
I
I think we got a name, but I don't
did
remember.
get a name. Let me look it
Yeah.
up myself.
Veal Duval. That's the name.
Vale Lerval.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up how to spell that just for my own sake. Because then when I search it later, it'll be a lot easier to find. There we go. Alright, well, I can definitely look into her whereabouts. You said that she's a florist in town.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't be too difficult to track her down then. I can at least
Oh,
let you know if she's alive or
also-
not.
Yep. Also, she may have been connected to a cult of Asmodeus.
He watches in the middle of drinking the beer that you've brought him. He kind of stops for a moment and kind of goes back to what he was doing. That's precarious.
Yeah.
A cult
Can I inside
to...
check it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ew!
They were delivering the package to.
You're not sure what
potentially
you're not sure what his stop in motion.
I just happily remember that I have 2 beers, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Anyone else wants to make an insight check, they can.
I got a
First, what you
13.
get with yours is the information seems to, I'll say between the guys, Oh, and there you go.
Jesus.
Cool.
All right. Burzduck and Silas, you get the feeling that the information is more shocking to him than anything else. Keith, it looks like genuine surprise on his face. It looks like a cult of Asmodeus is definitely something that he hasn't heard of before. And being that he's a detective of the town, something like that not being heard of to him is quite interesting. And so it gave moments of pause. As well as you all do know that Asmodeus is literally the leader of the Nine Hells, so quite a large thing to be missing. Well, that's not good at all.
No, there's fewer of them now.
They were apparently delivering the package to Castellanter via the...
Yes. So if that was their goal... I'll see what I can drug up about this. Castellanter family might be a lot more interesting. Do any of you know their story? Or who they were? You guys can
No,
give
I
me a
don't think
history
we
check
do.
if you are connected with the town in any way for long periods of time. You can give me a history check for a decent period of time. Okay. First up, what you've heard about the Castellanters is let me go ahead and find there you go. The Castellanters fell on hard times a few years back. But since then they have reversed their fortune and restored their lucrative banking and money lending business. However, their eldest son disappeared roughly about 3 years ago when the family was on the verge of bankruptcy. They have two children who are currently surviving, who are twins. The lord of the house, Victoro Castellanter, is the only living heir of Calidorn Castellanter, a former masked lord and hero of the north. Over the years, the Castellanters have found a number of different societies and profitable ventures to go into. And they have made a lot of generous donations to good-aligned deities. They are also known to worship Siamorph, a demigod whose ethos is the nobility, or the nobility's right and responsibility to rule. And that is what you get from that information. Well, cult business is odd due to their standing, but it might explain some things.
Mm-hmm.
I will see what I can trudge up about it. Their estate is not hard to find. It's in the Sea Ward. It's right off of the Strait of the Singing Dolphin. The main road there. You can't miss it when you're passing by. I wouldn't suggest looking into it too much. Drawing suspicion is, especially in this situation, I can't imagine all of their members were silenced. So there's a chance that information of you all might have gotten back to them. Well, I guess it's best that I continue about my business for the day. Do drop off a message with my estate if you plan on have a meeting with Blackstaff, and the location, and I will be sure to show up with any other information I have. And if there's anything you all need from me, you can always leave a message at my estate. My butler, at least, is incredibly trustworthy. He's been with the family for almost 45 years, so... Everyone else, I would probably just ask to speak with the head butler. Leave the message with him. I'll go ahead and make sure I look into how they might have connected the dots and make sure that my estate is solid, as it were, information-wise. Can't have information leaking out of my house. So,
Understood.
with that, I will bid you all adieu, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I hope it goes a little bit better than this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
And that will
Appreciate it.
his hat and his cane and make his way out. You all finish your alcohol and assorted drinks.
Oh, we should get a note over to Lockstaff.
Yeah, we should probably ask to set up an appointment or something.
Did I have a
Sounds
way to
like
do
a good
that?
idea.
Not a direct message, or not like a direct way, but you know that she knows
Okay.
of you, so it wouldn't be incredibly
Okay.
hard to get a word out to her.
Okay.
Can't DM Blackstaff. Got it.
Slide into those DMs.
I think we could just write a note saying we need to meet and just be vague and let her get back to us.
The tavern people.
Well, we can put our names.
Yeah.
Or the tavern people. But also the...
There are a lot of taverns.
Yeah, but we're the tavern people, you know?
The tavern people. Sounds
The
like it.
Troll Skull Company.
That's it. TSC.
Which is very different than the Skull Troll Company.
Those are our cousins.
So, what all you guys like to do?
I mean, I guess we could head there and put in, like, just have somebody quest a meeting. Not for today, like, what time works best for you, kinda. But we need one.
Yep.
Alright, are you guys going there directly before making your way home, or how are you sending the message?
Oh, I think we should go directly.
Yeah, I feel like the sooner
Yeah.
we talk about this, the better.
Yep.
So, you guys make your way down to Blackstaff Tower, which is fairly close to where you are. It's about, how far is it? Let's measure, because I can. It's about 2,000 feet, so like half a mile away.
That's not too bad.
You all travel there, making your way to the front door of the large tower that stands over it. As you knock on the door, you watch as the doors open up to a slightly shorter, portly gentleman. Looks to be a halfling. Oh, can I help you today?
We'd like to set up a meeting with the Blackstaff at her convenience.
Well, that can possibly be arranged. What's your business, with her?
The Troll Skull Company has has found something of interest and would like some advice on how to proceed with it.
All right. Is this of, not to go into
It is-
details, obviously, but is this of high importance? Is this a more lax matter? Like, what is the emergency level of this?
It's
I'd
not an
say it's
immediate
pretty
emergency,
important,
but it's not like an emergency. It's not like the city's gonna burn down from it, but it might burn down if not taken care of soon enough.
Great, so moderate to high. Got it.
Aye. There's
I
a bunch of people interested in this situation.
will let the black staff know, and she should be able to contact you through her normal means relatively quickly. If she deems it important enough to get in contact with you.
Let her know it's connected to the explosion outside of Troll Skull Manor.
Alright, we'll do that as well. Can I have a name to go with it as well?
Burstook Molten Quarry.
Right, Burstock. All right. Well, I appreciate the information, and I will make sure that it gets passed on to her as quickly as possible.
Thank you much.
Of course. Have a blessed day.
You too.
As you watch as he shuts the door, you watch as you can see the tower shift at that moment as well. In the similar portion it does is as the door shuts, a door opens immediately after as two people kind of walk out and appear to just kind of walk right past you like it was no big deal.
Yeah,
This
I
is
remember
weird.
that.
Super weird.
Might.
They kind of give you a wave as they pass by. And that's what all do you guys do?
I guess we go back home.
Yeah.
I'll probably go to the bookstore for a little while.
Yeah, that reminds
how
me. I
late in
need
the
to go
day is
there
it?
Too.
With the travel, it's right afternoon, so probably like 1 to 2.
Probably go work at the smithy then.
You can make your way back and work at the smithy. Anything else you want to do? Anyone else?
I'm gonna go with Azra to the bookstore.
All right, we can do that.
I'm going home.
Same.
Gotta inspect the chair again.
And double check all the chairs, make sure the scratch marks that I put there are all still there.
Scratch marks are all still there. Burstock, you head back to the blacksmith shop for the day to get some work done. How long would you like to work?
Well, like 4 hours.
I will give you halfway done with the set of plate mail.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me 4 blacksmithing rolls. Or smith tools rolls.
Oh my god. Jesus, okay.
It starts off a little rough. It gets better from there. It takes you a little bit rough as the first bit of metal as you start working with it. This iron is definitely a lot less pure than the iron that you had made your metal out of. So you're finding as you start working with it, you don't really get much progress. However, from there, you start to work out that it seems like there's some impurities in the second hour. So you do lose an hour of progress on it. However, with a 15, 22, and 23, it doesn't seem to ruin it in any way, shape, or form. You manage to be able to write everything that you made mistake-wise. You do lose an hour of progress, so you have like 5 hours left on this setup plate mail.
Alright.
Anything else you want to do?
I'll probably go home, study some history, and just go back over my spell book. Actually, probably even look at the additional spell book I'm carrying, and go over those spells too.
You can do that.
Just
Did I
do some
give you
study.
the additional spell book?
Yeah, you told me what spells are in there.
Okay, I was just making sure. It's been a month. We'll jump to Ezra and Heath. Ezra, what would you like to do as you make your way to work?
I'm gonna keep working on a spell scroll. I don't remember what one we started. It was a higher level one. I have no idea.
I don't. What's your spells? Let me pull it up. I can probably quickly find it or quickly figure out what it was again.
It
'Cause
might
I
have
don't
been.
have that in my notes. It was blur.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep. You can continue to work on your blur spell if you would like.
Yeah.
I believe it takes
We got halfway done last time.
yeah, I'm trying to remember how many consecutive casts it takes.
looking because I wrote down how many successes I had.
I think it was a best out of 5, right? Was what I said.
Yeah, I just don't remember how many successful there were.
Okay. Where did Death kill his leader medal? So, we'll jump over to Heath real quick. You can go ahead and do your Arcana checks actually real quick. Because I think it was best,
Yeah.
I believe if you can only cast 2 spells a day. And I believe it was
Yep.
1 and 1 was what it came out to be. Alright. You don't even need the second spell slot. On a crit success, I will say that finishes that spell scroll. And as you turn it in, he gives you the half of the gold for it, so you are given 100 gold. And you are also given an additional 5 gold just for cleaning up. It does take you between making the spell scroll for him and doing the work that he has since you were gone for a few days. It takes you
Yeah.
about 3 hours to finish everything.
Okay.
Heath, what would you like to do? Continue working on Druid Book?
Yeah, I would ask to look at the druid book. So, I'm gonna try and cast locate animals or plants on the book.
Okay. You can do that as the book starts to unravel.
Oh,
As you watch as the vines and the vines that are constricting this binding together that you haven't been able to actually get. You watch as they kind of unwrap themselves and kind of flow backwards into the book as it kind of glows. As you watch it, the front cover and the back cover of this book start to grow small flowers on them as well as the book is opened. And yeah.
neat.
As you look through the wording on this book as well, it starts to adjust itself with the spell cast into it. You watch as the wording becomes more readable into a language that you know is the modern druidic language that you do recognize. And you can now use this as research material.
Neat. Okay, then I'm just gonna spend the time just reading and staying in the bookstore until Azra goes, and then I'm just gonna follow her out.
Alright. Give me a normally it would be a history check or an investigation check, but I'll say this can be a nature check.
Gotcha.
Also, I apologize if the stream randomly cuts out. It's because my house is being hit by a thunderstorm right now. Sure. With a 21, what are you looking for? Is there anything specific information-wise you're looking for, or just general information?
I am looking for important figures that are druidic.
Okay. Well, give me one moment. Okay. Okay. As you read through, as you start to read through and you try to figure out what the book entails, this is the first time you've actually been able to uncover the language and connect everything to it. You find yourself reading direct accounts. From what sounds like something that is definitely connected with someone who is very in touch with nature. However, you cannot grasp his. There's no names mentioned. There's no anything like that from the aspect of direct. Like he doesn't mention anything by direct name, person-wise. He does talk about a beast that travels by their side by the name of Rasan, and it seems to continue speaking of something involving an illusory sky and trying to figure out more information about it, is what you gather for now.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
No, I think I'm good.
Mark that in my notes that you started to look at that. Apparently the ground to my house is getting wet because I can hear a buzz in my microphone.
That does not sound good.
And what was the other thing? Alright. Me note and notes. There we go. So what else would so you wait for Azra to get back, and eventually she gets done with everything. As you guys make your way back to the end for the day.
Yay!
Yay, we didn't die.
What are the
Or
rest
go
of
to
you guys
jail.
doing? While you were waiting for them to get back.
I might be in the basement, like, fucking with the brewer's stuff.
Okay. Sure. You had gotten started on a brew last time. Go ahead and give me a... how long do you want to work on it?
Probably till I hear something going on upstairs.
Okay. So, like 3-ish hours then, based off...
Yeah, something like...
Okay. Alright, so go ahead and give me 3 brewer's kit rolls.
I think it's broken. Never mind.
Alright.
Pretty consistent.
You get a steady start done. Following the book pretty carefully. You're not deviating from the book and the way it's describing how to do a lot of the processes. Which means it's probably not going to come out with a very enhanced flavor in any way, shape, or form. But it seems to be going pretty much exactly as the book. It's kind of like when you're following a science experiment and like everything's actually like reacting the way it says it's supposed to react in the book. So you're kind of
That's a success.
it seems like you're doing a good job.
I didn't set anyone on fire, which means I won't burn anyone, maybe.
And at the end of the 3 hours, you've finished the process of starting this brew, and you know that it needs to sit for 7 days before being served. But other than that, it is mostly done.
Oh, cool.
It just has to finish off the fermenting process, pretty much.
Cool.
So, after 3 hours, Azra and Heath come back. Silas, what are you doing during that time?
I want to put myself up either on the roof or like, do we have a watchtower? Is this trapdoor like?
Yeah. However,
Okay.
it is currently impossible to access as there's no floor to get there.
Okay.
If you would like to attempt to access it, you can still attempt to. but it will take
Yeah.
some acrobatics checks and or athletics checks to get to. So it'll involve climbing.
We can do some acrobatics checks. We have some time.
Okay.
That's probably a fill.
Or-
So, you make your way to the living room, knowing that there's no floor, or that what was the living area that is now Ezra's bedroom. With some of the furniture that is still in there, kind of pushing it to attempt to get to this ladder so you can make your way up to the watchtower. However, as you make your way up there, unluckily the chair kind of tips over as you make your first attempt.
I want to try like 1 or 2 more times.
Sure. You have plenty of time to try. Yeah.
Cool.
You eventually do make your way up there. Leaping off, kind of running towards the chair and leaping off the chair. This time planting your foot on top of the chair and kicking off of it, but not managing to knock over the chair. So theoretically, it should be a relatively easy trip down. You manage to grasp onto the ladder and crawl through the empty floor up to the watchtower.
I just want to sit up and I want to see if I can like recognize any of the people that are walking around. Can I see like the streets from up here, or?
Yeah, you can. So the watchtower isn't like it's not like a watchtower, like an open-ended watchtower. Oh wait, no, this one is. Never mind, it is. It basically it has. No, never mind. Sorry, I'm thinking of another campaign. This one is closed. It's a closed-in like steeple kind of design. It does have 3 windows on it.
Okay. If I peer through the windows, can I see anything, or is it?
Yeah. As well as it does have, I believe it has a door latch as well. So kind of the door-style windows where you can walk out onto the roof.
Cool. Yeah, I want to be like as high as possible, so I'll go onto the roof.
Alright, so as you're watching around the building, so you're looking for people you recognize, or?
Yeah, I'm looking for people I recognize. I'm looking for people that seem like they're looping around. Maybe they're like snooping out the house, or
Just seeing the same person
Just, like-
multiple times?
yeah, exactly.
Got it. Suspicious people and all that.
Yeah.
Alright. You can either give me a perception check or an insight check.
I'll do perception. Oof. There's a lot of suspicious people outside right now.
Nailed it.
There is a lot of people moving by today. Especially for considering the fact that it is an overcast day. There's a lot of people moving by, and you kind of try to keep track of everyone who's moving by. Occasionally you feel yourself locking onto targets that you're like, oh, they might be suspicious. They're walking by with a cart. I wonder what's under that blanket. As you kind of track their movements the entire time, as they continue by them and you never see them again.
Yeah, well, I'll probably spend like the full 3 hours just hanging out, looking at like random merchants.
Yeah.
And when I hear people get back, I'll climb
Yeah,
down.
you do watch as Azra and Heath do come back. You managed to see them.
Great.
As they're walking home and not attempting to stealth home, 'cause it's not hard to track.
I want to stealth. No, I'm kidding.
So,
Okay, that's it for me.
4 of you guys are home. You would make your way back down. Can I get 1 more acrobatics check just for you getting
Sure.
down as well?
1 second. Here's a 1.
Yeah, you're fine. You drop from the ladder, landing perfectly back onto the chair, and set the chair back up and make your way back downstairs. What would the rest of you all like to do? You all are now back at the inn, and dinner is currently being cooked.
I'm pursuing scholarship, so
Sounds
I don't have a whole lot
good.
to do.
Is there anything
Ask,
specifically
next.
that you're searching?
One of the things he researches in his spare time is,
Gotta have this.
actually, there's something he might be interested in trying to look up or trying to figure out if he knows where to look up.
Okay.
But the main thing he normally is looking up is like just like dwarven history.
Okay.
Specifically about the dwarven kingdom he's from. but because there was some indication that their current location is somewhere they moved to from somewhere else. So he's been trying to hunt down where that somewhere else was and why.
Okay.
But the other part is, since we have this stone now, he might be trying to figure out if he can find out any history about said stone.
Okay. Give me a history check.
Sure. Oh, also, I am a sage. If that has any impact on how any of this goes, too.
Okay. Holding up said information. Give me a moment.
I keep forgetting to mention that anytime I'm trying to do a history check.
Yeah, you're good. All right. So what you discover on your own, looking back and kind of looking through the books you do have access to at the moment, is the Stone of Galore was once a creature. It was known as an aboleth that was formed into the stone for the purpose of being a key. However, the aboleths are not. They are very, very sentient creatures, and you would know that you're not entirely sure where they come from. In general knowledge terms, they're not quite sure. However, there is myths about it being from another plane of existence. As well as, you would definitely know that with that role, you can definitely surmise that if the stone was giving you information, it has a reason that it's giving you information, based off the fact that it is an aboleth. It is definitely a sentient stone, and you can definitely confirm that. However, you cannot find exactly where it would have been created, like where the creature would have been transformed in any way, shape, or form. You imagine that most likely the Black Staff probably has more information on it.
Probably.
I'm trying to remember her name. Vajra or something like that.
That was Vaishra.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Do you believe she would have more
This is one of those
information?
funny moments where the player has a lot of knowledge about it, because I was once running a campaign that heavily featured Aboleth, so...
Yeah. Yeah, it's Vajra. That's what Vajra Safar. So, yeah, that is the information that you can gather from it.
Definitely not comfortable with that thing, and like, definitely even more uncomfortable with that thing now, knowing it's some sort of possibly extraplanar creature.
I'll say the other information you would know as a dwarf is most likely a magical artifact of this power would not be able to be destroyed by normal means. The stone itself is most likely immune to all forms of damage.
Well, alright. And answers one question about what to do with it.
Not destroy it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the information you gather as you all sit down for a lovely created meal by your tavern manager.
I love her. While we're talking,
As
like
Tally
over
will
dinner or
also
something,
head out for the day as he finishes up all of his work.
Thank you, Tally.
Also love him, yeah. I'm gonna have the cook lady remind me in a week that the beer is done, because I will forget in a week.
All right, I'll make a note of it.
Thank you. You're the best. Love you.
Well, thank you. Anything else you guys want to do this evening?
Nope.
I got nothing.
No.
Yeah. I
First
didn't
start.
burn the house down, so that's a victory.
I will probably set up the whaling box though.
Yeah.
Just put it outside of like you go to Heath. It's like, hey,
So,
probably no. I would definitely Heath because like, hey, we probably want to get this thing set up around where you're at, just in case someone's tracking that thing.
right, that thing. Yeah, that's a good idea.
The barking box. Yep.
What does it do?
It barks.
It's a 15-foot radius barking alarm, so that if someone breaches that perimeter, it'll go off.
Oh.
You have someone who is not programmed into it that breaches the perimeter, it will bark like a dog.
Yep.
Are the cats programmed?
We should probably get the cats programmed into
We
it.
get the cats, programmed to be ignored. But
You can pretty quickly figure out how to do that. I will say for the
Yeah.
sake of peace.
so, but yep, that's wanted to just make sure we're protecting the asset.
Yeah, sounds like
We
a
probably also
good
shouldn't let him
idea.
go anywhere alone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of why I stuck with Azra for most of the day.
That was smart. I didn't think of that. I was making beer.
So, first up,
Yes.
as you guys are settling in for the night, you hear a voice into your head.
Hello.
All right, well, I've got your message, and we can have a meeting. I will come to you tomorrow morning.
Okay. Sounds good. Should be convenient.
Don't get a response back. Sending spell, so she's not gonna waste another spell slot.
Yeah. And when he
Have
doesn't
to
hear a
tell
response, he's
Barnabas
like,
now.
"Oh, she probably heard, so I'm gonna go to bed."
So all of you guys settle in for the evening. Is everyone heading to their respective rooms? Other than
Yeah.
people who don't have
Yep.
rooms?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Great. Keith, I need you to go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
All right. Kind of forgot about that.
Ooh.
Nice.
Lucky.
You feel something creeping into your mind. And as you feel it, you quickly cast it out of your mind, focusing in on the problem, as you can definitely feel like something attempted to manipulate your mind in that moment. Yeah, that's what you feel. You can't tell entirely what it was trying to do.
I'm sure it was fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna flip over. It's just night terrors.
Successfully flip over and manage to stave off whatever that was. Managed to find it a solid night's sleep. As you all wake up in the morning, bright and early. As bright and early as you would like to. Beds seem to be a
7.
little bit more comfortable than the stone floor.
Yep.
Ezra wakes up super early and goes and reads.
You can very easily do that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up at like 7 and go outside and start sorting through the wood.
You can do that. There's a lot more wood than you remember.
Whereas we were gone for a little bit. I'm behind.
Sorry. You're about two to 3 days behind at this point.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a. What was the check I was using for it?
I don't remember. I was just thinking.
I think it's survival check
Okay.
because it's quality of wood. So I think survival check makes sense.
11.
Okay. Yeah, you take the morning to go through the wood pile that is getting significantly bigger.
I wait until I smell bacon.
And you separate a decent amount of wood out from the scrap that is at least acceptable enough. As you continue to pile the rest of the wood is more of just kind of firewood for later on.
Firewood for days.
You do indeed have firewood for days. Give me a perception check while you're out there.
10.
All right. Continue with what you're doing.
I didn't get any splinters.
Yep, that was what the roll was for splinters.
Yup. Yeah, splinter check, we good.
So, what are the rest of you guys doing? As you wake up, you're doing your reading. I'd say around 8 a.m. Anyone who's doing anything, you guys slowly start to smell a fragrant smell of breakfast being cooked.
Food.
Food.
I'm
Probably
gonna
just-
go downstairs once I smell that.
Yeah,
Yep.
same.
So what's the plan for today?
You guys are met with a assortment of some smallish beef sausages, some quail eggs, some fresh peaches, as well as some toasted rye bread.
Ooh.
Looks delicious. Thank you, Annabelle.
Of course. And I should have some of the wait staff stopping by today, probably this evening. If you want to speak with this particular individual.
Where's Zach? That's probably.
Yep. I'll go answer.
That will be this evening. She should be here around, probably around, I would say like 5 this afternoon. I told him to show up for evening wait staff so I could go over everything.
Okay.
Perfect.
Trying to remember where
Sounds
I
like a-
wrote down
sounds
these
like a plan.
NPCs' names. There it is. What happens when you have 4 campaigns of notes on your desk? Anyways,
Oh Lord.
it's okay. Only 2 of them are running. So, but is there anything you guys would like to do before the black staff shows up?
I mean, we don't even know
I'm
she's
good.
coming, right?
Technically,
No, actually, that's probably the first thing I'd let people know when everyone's up and about. I was like, oh, by the way, Blackstaff's coming over this morning.
Oh,
Oh,
should we let Barnabas know?
I mean, I can send a raven.
Okay.
good
Just
idea.
quickly write up a note, hand it to Quill, send Quill over to Barnabas's house.
Quill knows the way and can deliver said message. Around the time that she arrives, you do hear a knock on the door. Quill has not returned quite yet. But dude, it is quite a distance to get all the way across town, so it's not
Yeah.
entirely to be unexpected.
He's faster than I am, though, and he can go as the crow flies.
Yeah. So, as this happens, a cloaked individual is at your front door, staff in hand, with her cloak over her head. As you all allow her in, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She will remove her
No.
cloak and
Password.
show her visage back to you of the black staff. She walks in. "Well, it's good to see you all again.
Is it really her? Or is it a doppelganger?
Give me a perception check."
I'm so good at that. Yeah.
You have no idea.
Ooh.
I've seen her before.
Stare at her.
It looks like her.
Are you the real you?
Well, who else would I be?
A doppelganger.
Don't
Pretty
believe
sure.
there's many doppelgangers in this city who have the confidence to take my visage.
Or
What's the
carry
first
that
mission you
around.
sent us on?
What'd you say?
Wait.
Sorry.
The first mission that she sent us on.
I need to pull up actually what the hell the first
It
mission
It was
was.
a monk.
It was the
Find
monk
them.
in
Is it a
the
monk
it was
in
the
a-
monk in the mountains,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
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 So many first missions in this game. She relays that information to you.
Okay, satisfied.
Sorry about that.
Fair enough. I take
You
it
had a
that
run
you all
in
have
with Doppelganger not too long ago, so
answers that. Well, I am definitely who I say I am. First up, give me a perception check, because I think you're the only person who would probably notice this.
sure. Give me just a moment. I did not notice it this time.
Yep. That's fine. Not super important. Just a little flavor thing. So, we'll have something for me? Is what I was told?
We had something we wanted to talk with you
Yeah.
about. I'll make sure the door is closed. And
Yeah.
Usher, gesture to a seat for her.
I'm gonna offer her a drink.
You had breakfast?
Oh, that's a good idea too.
Oh, no, I have not yet. Woke up recently and had some business to attend to before this.
I'll motion to our kitchen manager as I could you
Oh, right away. I can get a plate ready.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
It seems that you all have done a phenomenal job of recouping this place. Looks wonderful.
Felt it was worth the investment.
Yeah.
No, remember that package? I don't know if we talked much with you about a certain object that has caught the attention and interest of a whole lot of the more unsavory elements of the city.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of objects that are unsavory in this city.
Heath,
I don't believe that you've talked to me about any objects either, so I'm not entirely sure what you're referring
specific
to.
stone.
Yeah. One that can lead to the vault, and I pull it out of my pants again. Just right in front of her.
Yeah,
Reach
put your
down
hand
into
in
my
front of her,
pants.
and in front of her face as you reach down your pants initially. Before you procure the stone. As you pull up the stone, she looks it over. Oh, that. All right. You should put that away before your attendant
Yeah.
comes back. Well,
Just slide it down my pants again.
well, that is interesting.
Oh, Lyri's just shaking her head.
Wouldn't have expected it to be found anytime recently. What do you need of me, involving that?
Well, based on the the rumors about what it's connected to, well, obviously there's a bunch of folks who are very interested in it, and who would probably stop at very little to get a hold of it. and there's probably very little they wouldn't do with whatever they found once they got a hold of it. So I think we're pretty much all of us united in the idea of let's not let them have it. But the other part of it is that we recognize that at least some of what's inside the room it unlocks probably belongs to the city.
Well, some of it does, most likely. I can let you know of that. I can consult my plethora of knowledge to figure out possibly how it was made.
Well, mostly what we're needing to do is procure the pieces of the key.
Alright. There's a chance that I could possibly help out with that. What are the said pieces?
Bugbear ears, pair of them.
Pair of them.
Beholder
bronze,
eye
The
stalk
holder eye stalk.
yeah, and a bronze.
and a bronze dragon scale.
Alright. Interesting. Let me give her a couple rolls real quick for that information. I'd say this would be maybe history for her part. For two of them, that was not very good. Better. And the last one would just be a straight intelligence check for her. So, she kind of motions at the bugbear ears. You can definitely hear kind of her face changes at that one, but the other two are a little bit more common of ingredients. Yeah, that is an interesting list. Well, you unlock a little bit. I actually have a residual situation that involves a bronze dragonborn. There's one rumored in town that has been apparently has taken up residence, and I was actually going to send someone out to look into it. So if you want to, you can do that. There's a chance that you can look into it. They are creatures of remarkable intelligence, so you could possibly speak with it and maybe barter a deal for one of its scales. The eye stalk is a prominent use in potions. So there's a chance that there might be an alchemist around town that could possibly have one in stock that they would be willing to part with. The ears are... I'll be honest, I don't entirely know. Does it have to be detached from them? Or can the bugbear be alive?
I look at Heath.
Yeah.
I just look at everybody.
It
and
didn't specify.
shrug. Yeah. Yeah, I just shrug. Actually, I'm gonna like whisper into my pants. Hey Glor, you there?
Yes. What do you want?
Do these bugbear ears have to be detached, or can it be from a living bugbear?
Well, I guess if you wanted to be boring, it could still be alive. But then it would have to be at the vault.
Okay. Alright. Thank you, Galore. So apparently it can be from a living bugbear. That's fine. They have to be at the vault, though.
Well, if it can be alive, then there could be a number of volunteers for it. I don't personally have any friends or members of my tower that are bugbears at the moment. They're rarely practices of the arcane, from what I've seen. I do know that. Actually, everyone, give me a history check while you're thinking,
Sure.
because I had a remembrance of this. All right.
God damn, Ezra.
Oh, I know.
Ezra, you're
Azura,
on fire today.
Silas, and
Yeah, for
Burstek.
real.
You do recall, mention, that there were some bugbears in the city that were working for Xanathar. So they do exist in town, and there's some that are currently working for Xanathar, but those are the only bugbears you've seen or heard in town. They're usually creatures that don't live in large cities and tend to be a little bit more reclusive, so...
Yeah.
I've heard of some bugbears in town. I don't entirely know their purpose. I've never seen one, but I've heard of them being seen.
I think they might be Xanathars.
Yeah.
There's a chance of it. They do have the ability to, natural ability to go invisible. So there's a chance that that could be useful for his purposes.
I mean, nothing. I definitely might be biased with, murdering things, but, if we keep it alive, then, like, it has to know what we're doing, and then that
Yeah.
requires some kind of, like, trust. But if they're dead, then,
It definitely does require a level of trust, as well as most likely a portion.
Yeah. So, I grabbed, like, the hilt of my great axe. My vote.
As this happens, Burstek, Raven
Yep.
does come back through one of the open windows. Does not have the note anymore.
Okay.
Does not have a note on them in return either, but
Okay. I'll feed him some corn.
is there anything else you need from me? I will definitely see what I can do. Have you located the location of it yet?
I'll look at Heath.
You've been told of a
I'm-
tower that is in
yeah.
the Seaward. Specifics of it, not entirely, but
It's a tower in the Seaward.
alright. There's not too many of those, and a few of them have been abandoned, so I would most likely guess it's probably one of those.
Which ones are abandoned?
There's some older towers that fell in disrepair a while back, as most of the towers in that area were used for either housing. There's an old wizard's tower that's been since abandoned. I believe someone actually just purchased that one. There's probably 2 or 3 towers. She kind of pulls out a map of the city and marks down where all of them are.
Okay.
There's also the
That'll be
Tower of
helpful.
Luck. I highly doubt it would be there. It's a very traversable location, and there's a lot of people who go to it daily. So if it was hidden there, I feel like it would have been discovered by now.
But how many people are there with those 3 things
Well,
on them all at once?
not many, but it's also very difficult to hide a vault. This is
I
not
don't know, I'm not a
something.
doctor.
This isn't something that you could simply hide in a basement and not be noticed. The vault, from the description of it, was a gold-adorned door with the keys and devices placed on the front of it that the key would consume upon opening the door, as well as the door was, at least in stories, was about 15 feet tall and about 20 feet wide.
See your point.
It was large enough that they could get an adult dragon into it, so...
Hmm. Fair.
I also I hope that you had gathered that there is definitely a dragon still living in the vault.
Yep.
Is it a bronze dragon?
Well, we would need. Never mind.
It is a gold dragon, I believe. I will double check for you. Hold.
Those aren't real.
I'm pretty sure it's a gold dragon, is what you were told.
Yeah, it's a gold dragon.
Yeah.
I have no memory of this. Neither does Larry.
Oh, sorry, it's a 20-foot high by 20-foot wide door. My bad.
2020?
2020.
We don't talk about 2020.
It's just the door dimensions.
So what's this mission for the Bronze Dragonborn?
Yeah, it's a gold dragon. Oh, there was a hold. Hold that up as well. While I'm doing all of this. So much
I have one more
information.
question too before she goes, depending
good.
on how this goes.
Perfect. There is a dragonborn that's taken up residence in the Deepwater Harbor. Apparently a few sailors have come across it. We just wanted to find out what exactly the intentions of it were. It's believed to be living actually inside of the bay, the harbor itself. I can acquire you some potions of water breathing. That should help. It's believed to be in a shipwreck that's under the bay itself.
Okay. Well, some potions of water breathing would definitely help.
Yeah.
Are potions of beer breathing?
I mean, potions of water breathing would technically work with that.
Would I get drunk though?
I've never tried that, so I'm not entirely sure.
Probably.
I
If
go,
you, like,
I go over to
swallow
Lips
just
notebook and I
beer.
go all the way to the back page and I'm writing this down. This is to do list.
Sure. So, is there anything else that you need from me?
I have one question. Is there a better spot, maybe a safer spot, or some way that we could better protect the thing in Peace Pants? Other than just putting it in his pants?
Hey, not very many people reach for my pants, okay?
Well, if you wanted to,
Doesn't protect it from magic, though.
I could place it inside of I could possibly, if you don't want me to hold on to it, I could also acquire this for you. But I do have it's a box of sealing, which basically what it will allow it to do is, when it was placed inside, no one could scry on the location of the device, as well as they couldn't use locate object to find it.
I like that.
Double snap, yeah.
That's
That
a good
sounds
idea.
smart.
I have one on my
But how
boat.
big is
I could
it?
either
Is it not? It's not big enough to fit in your pants.
It would be large enough that it's large enough you would not be able to conceal it easily inside of your pants. No, it would
Is
fit in the
there-
backpack relatively easily though.
Okay.
Okay, but hear me out. Is there a way you could get it by tomorrow?
It's at my house, or it's at the tower. I could go acquire it relatively quickly.
We got a boy ripping up some floors. Let's bury that shit under a floor.
No, we want to keep that.
No.
Yeah.
We don't want
We still need to
people,
keep it on one
if
of
you
us.
want it to be in a location of security, I could always take it as well and place it inside the box in the tower. Navigating the tower is incredibly difficult for those who don't know what they're doing. And as long as I could give you a code word with my with our front secretary. That would allow him to immediately communicate with me if you need the device.
I think we can keep it on us as long as it's in the
Yeah.
box. I'm not worried about putting
Yeah.
it somewhere.
I'm mostly worried about it being tracked down.
Enough.
I mean, there are probably good odds that they could eventually assume that we have it and they know where we live.
True.
It's
And
not
what-
Which is
entirely
why we'll
hard
keep
to
it on us,
find.
because we're like never here anyway.
It's not entirely hard to find where people live in the town. I'll let you know that.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm just saying,
If
there's a
you've paid
target on
taxes
us
on the
already,
abode,
right?
then they know exactly where you live.
Do we know everything we need to know about getting into that, though? Because that's the thing.
If you have the 3 keys, then yes, acquiring the keys is the next step, as well as finding the actual location of the vault.
Yeah, so I think we should work on the keys and then go look for them.
Yeah, but I think we should keep the stone on us because we're constantly moving.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, the stone has chosen you all to be its bearers.
Look,
so
it was
I
just
will
an
not
idea.
disagree with it.
Makes sense. If it comes down to it, we can always fall back on that as an alternate
Yeah.
plan in case the heat gets too hot.
Do be aware that becoming disconnected with this object could cause you issues. Objects of the such where there's been multiple accounts of people losing all memory of having possession of it, as well as trying to forcibly remove it from their possession also causes great issues. So, just be aware of that. If you need my help, you know where to find me. And if you can take care of this bronze dragon situation, seems like it will benefit both us and you. So,
Double checking. It's a dragon, not a dragon person.
It's a dragonborn.
no, it's a dragon.
No, it's a dragon.
Oh,
This is why I was clarifying.
It was all accounts that we've
It's a
heard
dragon
is that it seems to be a younger bronze dragon. How young is another question. It is at least capable enough to be on its own without a parent. So, most likely, it's
100.
probably in the 50 to 100 years old range. I will let you know that they are, again, very intelligent creatures. You will be able to converse with it most likely. And simply checking to see what its intentions are, as well as possibly presenting the situation of removing one of its scales for the purpose of the key would be worth it. I will warn you that it will be inquisitive to why you want one of its scales, as it is spell component related as well as potion related, but they might see it as it would be like if someone removed a chunk of your skin. It's not entirely unpainful.
alright.
I will go retrieve, and as she's speaking of this, there is a knock on the door.
I'll go
Yeah.
get it.
As you open the door, you find Barnabas standing in the front door.
Hi,
May I
Barnabas.
come in?
Yeah, of course.
No, Miss Foster. Nice to see you. Good to
you.
see you as well, Detective. I'll be on my way to go gather the device. It's important that we get this as soon as possible.
Mhm.
I will make my way to the tower quickly, and then we'll probably teleport back here if that's okay.
Sure thing.
She walks over to a section of the floor where some of the tables are kind of separated out a little bit more, and kind of takes out a piece of chalk and just kind of carves a small, or just kind of writes a small X onto the floor as she starts to make her way outside, shutting the door behind her. Do any of you guys follow her out, or just let her leave on her own accord?
It's good to go.
I'll follow, but No.
You watch as she makes her way outside, as she pretty much immediately casts the fly spell and makes her way by air.
Well, that's cool.
But you all gathered all the information you need from her then?
I think we did, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can discuss some of the things that I was looking into yesterday evening.
Mm-hmm.
I looked into the Castellantas and possibly more of the stories that you gave me about a cult existing. There are rumors of a cult that has existed that is devoted to Asmodeus. I couldn't find any evidence that they were directly connected with it. However, it's not impossible either. The other thing that we can confirm is the fact that their son and daughter haven't been seen outside of their house in a long time.
Dead.
Well, they're most likely not dead. They're a very reclusive family and don't let them out, is what we believe on that. They're homeschooled and they're incredibly bright for their age. But that's what happens when you're raised in nobility. However, the mysterious disappearance of their son, I did look into that, their elder son. As far as I've come across, there is no certificate of death with any of the officials that has been placed for him dying. So there was no autopsies made, there was no body, there was no anything. He just apparently they said that he had passed away, and that was that.
How long ago was this?
3 years ago.
Interesting.
Really quickly, just for flavor, you guys can give me a history check if you would like to see if you can remember something.
Accurate.
What am I missing?
9.
All right. Alright. Ezra. Thinking back to you all were in the Castellanter tomb. What you do remember is you remember that there was a grave for the eldest son labeled there. And it seemed to be partially open when you had arrived, and you don't recall seeing a body in there.
Huh. I'll mention that it looked empty when we were there.
Like, it wasn't something you were paying attention to, but it's something that you definitely caught out of the glimpse of your eye, that the lid to the sarcophagus had been moved slightly aside, and you don't recall there being anything inside. That is interesting and more of a mystery then. There's some mysterious disappearance and connection with a demon. I mean, I hate to say that there's a chance that he was given up for their well-being, because I don't want to imagine that a parent could do something like that. But I mean, if this has a connection with Asmodeus, as it were, that is possibly a situation that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the other information I did gather. The Castlevania estate, as it were, most of them are very much at home most of the days. They do not go out very often, and their wealth, as their everything got better, seemed to come out of nowhere. They weren't making any changes in their investments or their loans. It's just all of a sudden people just started paying back their loans mysteriously. Which is not unheard of, but they were doing relatively poorly off and were close to selling their estate when all of that happened. But again, there's no official stories or anything of them being connected to a cult. There's nothing I could find evidence-wise of it, but there definitely is rumor of a cult existing in the city. So, it's the information I could gather on it. The stone, I was not able to uncover any more information about it. Lord Neverember apparently had it made, or not the stone made, but had the door made with the purpose of the stone being the key for it. So what I can tell you is that the stone existed before the key. Or the stone existed before the door did, so. But any other details on it, I don't actually, I don't have on me. Couldn't find anything.
Interesting.
Is there anything else you need from me?
I don't think so.
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Good. It seems like our business is at an end for now. Then, if you need me, I will always be at my estate. You know where to reach me. I'm guessing that Pleasure had to go off to find something for you all, based off of her prompt leaving. So, I will take my leave and hope to see you all again soon.
Alright. See you, Barnabas.
Oh, the necklace that you all had, it was kept, as it were, for evidence for the moment. It's being transferred over to a courthouse for the moment for evidence sake of a case that's being drawn up. Figured I'd let you know that, in case you had questions about that. Oh, against the, apologies. Let me look up their name as well. So many notes. So many notes. It's being, used against the Growlhound, estate at the moment. For more information, as well as being connected to, possibly an eyewitness who stepped up, who saw something enough that they have a case against them at the moment, so. There was a murder, and they're still looking into it as much as they can to sort everything out, so.
Just curious.
Well, you all would. A large part of us gathering the information on it, so. Felt right for us to let you know about it.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate your word with the judge dude, too.
Both you all directly working for me, sort of. So, it was only right, as well as you had provided him with a lot of incredibly valuable information that I would definitely not share, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and take my leave. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and if you ever need me, Just come to my estate and mention the name.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
He goes ahead and puts on his overcoat, puts on his hat, and makes his way back out. At the moment, you guys are left by yourself.
Well, while we're waiting for Lockstaff to get back, some of us can maybe go try to find an alchemist
Yeah.
that has
That's a good idea.
a beholder stock.
I don't think any one of us should go anywhere alone.
Well, no, that's why I'm saying some. I think that Heath should stay here and wait for the box.
That's
I
a
think
good idea.
he should have 2 people with him, and then whoever's
Yeah.
going to the apothecary, just have 1.
So who wants to do what? Besides Heath. Heath, you don't get a choice.
I got nothing to do. I can go to the store. I don't know what I'm looking for though.
I think that Burstuck, the bees! Burstuck or I might be best for the alchemist shop.
If you both want to go, you can. I can stay here. Because they could sell me a stick. I don't know.
Depends what Burstuck wants to do.
Well, I think we probably want to go check up on that bronze dragon, aren't we?
Yeah, but we have to
We're
wait
gonna need to do
for...
both. Yeah, we should
We
get
have
the
to wait for
box
Black
first.
Staff. Yeah.
Yeah, let's wait for the box.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the
Yeah.
apothecary while we wait for the box. Then when we get the box, we can go talk to the
We
dragon.
were gonna do the dragon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like a
Just
good
take
plan.
care of one while we're waiting, I figured.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since you guys
Do
are
we want to have someone stay here since we don't know who we having stay here? Maybe.
So
Well, we're gonna have
2
3
stay
people.
with Heath, and then 2 others are gonna go to the apothecary. So we were asking if Burstuck wanted to stay here or go to the
Yeah,
apothecary.
I'll stay here. I'll stay here.
Okay.
So, Illyria and I can go get the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Unless you
sounds
want to go,
good.
Silas, it's up to you.
No, I
Whatever
want to
do.
go up to the watchtower again.
Again? Okay, sure.
Unless it's all the way across the city, in which case we'll just come back and we'll wait and do it later, because that'll take forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, will the bookstore guy maybe know where an apothecary is or something? We can ask him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we can ask him.
Never know.
Hey.
Maybe the apothecary person likes books.
Hey, Ezra, how much
Yeah.
gold, or Illyri, how much gold do you have?
32 pieces.
400.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck have I been spending my money on?
Everything. You buy everything.
I don't think you've really been spending your money on that much. You've just been giving it
Oh,
away
I
every
did buy
time.
like brewer's kits,
Right.
and I got the license.
Yeah.
Though.
You got the licenses.
Yeah.
You've been giving money to people for some reason. I haven't
I don't
spent
know.
anything, plus I've been working at the bookshop.
All of my characters are horrible with money.
Mm.
I'm gonna hand 150 to Ezra.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you
probably smart.
find a gilded acorn, that's like 200 gold. Could you buy that for me?
A gilded acorn.
Gilded acorn with tuft of fur inside.
I love that item.
That's very
I
Pacific.
spent an entire campaign looking for that stupid item for its spell component.
Yeah.
Like
What
such a
spell is
random.
it for?
Like I can summon a pet.
Yeah, it's summoning a
Yeah.
fey creature or
Oh.
something like that.
Okay. I will try. I make 0 promises.
It's
Can I eat the nut?
No.
Peanut?
no. Don't.
I have to write it down or I'll
Not-
get it
Well,
though.
it would be gilded, so a gold-plated
Oh,
acorn is
no.
probably not a good thing to eat.
There are gold flaked foods everywhere. What are you talking about?
Anyone else need anything from an apothecary?
I don't think
Fear
so.
breathing.
No, we're getting water breathing.
Oh. Right.
All right, we're gonna head out. I'll ask the bookstore guy. I can't remember his name right now.
He's your boss. What do you mean you don't remember his name?
Look, okay, I have a lot of notes. I'll ask
his
him if
name
he may know.
is
Old Dragonborn.
So many shops here. Old. Find it. Irishal.
Speaking of random material components,
It's like
I remember
aerosol, but it's like pronounced differently. Got it.
there was a campaign I was playing it where I think the sorcerer was asking to borrow money from everybody so he could get a 50 gold piece diamond for chromatic orb.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're off.
You're off. Dun, dun, dun.
We're off.
So, go ahead and using Rashal's help, he does recommend a couple of alchemists to you. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Nice.
What is thing?
I'm gonna roll just for shits and giggles.
Go ahead. I was gonna tell you to roll with advantage, but I don't think it matters now. Making your way towards one that he believes might have some of the more rare components. Eventually you make your way there, and you find a relatively ornate shop. With a lot, it seems like there's a lot of gold enlacement on the door as you make your way in. And as you make your way in, you find a relatively tall. Give me a history check.
History. That looks
Do
about right.
A lot of reading
Hey!
on beer.
All right, you find a about a 7.5 foot tall minotaur female standing in this shop behind the counter. As she turns as you enters and says nothing.
Weird.
Just looks at you.
Hello.
Hello.
We're looking for a couple things, and I'm hoping you can help us.
I can see what I can do.
A beholder eye stock.
All right. I might have one of them in stock. I was going
Okay.
to use it for a potion. Guess if the price is right, I could spare it.
How much would the price be?
Well, seeing as it was used for incredibly expensive potion, it would not be cheap. We're looking probably in the 500 gold range.
Oh no. Okay. And then, would you have a gilded acorn that has a tuft of fur inside?
I do have one.
And how much is that one?
Well, let me look at the spell. I can tell you exactly how much. The 200 gold, right?
I'm gonna whisper in Ezra's ear. What do these people sell exactly? What's an apothecary do?
It's stuff for potions and spells and stuff. It's component.
For beer?
No. It'd be really weird beer.
It's not
That
that
could sell.
It's not the face spell. It's summon beast. That's what it is. Well, a fey beast, but it's a beast. I'm just double checking. I'm pretty sure it's 200 gold is the value that it has to be. Yep, 200 gold.
How about 650 for both?
Well, while that's tempting, I could make close to 3,000 gold if I just turned it into a potion.
About
So
652.
700?
I can do that.
Okay, I'll have to come back.
Have 32. Is that not enough?
No, I have 554 with what I was given. So we'll have to
I'll
go back
hold
to the.
on to it for you.
Thank
We'll be
you.
back.
We'll be back.
Of course, pleasure doing business.
We'll run home before someone else goes and buys it.
Sure. You can make your way home.
Yeah.
While she's gone, you all watch as a coursing ball of energy enters roughly around the spot where the X was drawn in chalk. As for a moment, it kind of warps as you flash of light appears in the bar, as Vajra is now standing in front of you with a black box in hand. As she, it seems that some of you are gone.
Oh, we went to go fetch some of those components.
Fair enough, makes sense. Here's the box. He will have to hold on to it. This is a side note. And as long as the box is still on him, he will not have to break any connection he has with said object.
Alright.
It will keep it from any peeking eyes or anyone trying to find it, if they haven't attempted to do so already. And as well as it will also, if they are trying to pry at it and keep track of it at the moment, it will close it off once it is entered and shut.
Okay.
However, the only thing that I do have that goes with it is that it currently only has one time left that it can lock for at least the next month. So, that being said, once it is locked, you will not be able to access it directly until that one time that you would reopen it. Once you reopen it, the box will need to come back to me because it will need to be recharged.
Right.
Okay.
Does it still ward against detection while it's unlocked?
No, it has to be locked to ward against it.
Okay.
Once you put it in there, it's a one-time seal until you don't need it anymore.
Okay. Well, Heath, it's on you.
Sure. Before we put it in the box, do we have any questions we want to ask, or?
Well, to clarify, you'll still be attuned to it. It's not like you can't speak to it. It's just that you can't remove it out.
Excuse me.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna take it out of my pants and then place it in the box.
I mean, you could ask it if it likes being in your pants.
That's a good question.
A sentient creature, and it can definitely hear and see its surroundings. just gonna skip that answer for you.
It has 3 eyes on its outside.
Mm-hmm.
It has seen things.
It will never unsee them.
Yeah, it's seen shit.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna put it in the box.
You can do that, and as you're attempting to lock the box, I need you to go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh. I got this.
Yeah.
You two got this.
You feel a yearning at the back of your mind that you don't want to lock this box. However, you shake it away as you feel its magical effect.
And then you lock the box.
Lock the box.
Oh god, he's gonna get it. Oh, never mind.
So, the box is now locked. The stone is inside of it. Pasha nods to you all. Okay. Well, just return the box back to me whenever you're done with it, and do let me know whenever you find out about the Dragonborn. or not the Dragon Ball, the dragon, figure out its intentions. Just because we don't, it is kind of a guardian of the city, and a dragon appearing in town is not entirely something I shouldn't look into. And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, if you eventually do find the place that this key unlocks, and you need any help, let me know. To clarify, I don't mean for a cut of the profits or anything like that. I mean to keep you all safe.
My God, it's like
Thank
she can
you.
read Illyri's mind.
When she's not even
Absolutely.
there.
No,
For
I'll make
real.
sure to let you know.
Thank you. But, I have some wayward students that are learning to control relatively large balls of fire today, so I should be there for that in case it goes awry.
Can't wait till I figure that out.
I want to control great balls of fire.
bid you all adieu, and hope you all have a wonderful evening. As you watch as you watch as she places her hand on she kind of moves up her cloak a little bit. And there's a small wrist bracelet that she wears that as you look at it, you can catch a glimpse of what looks like a smallish circle of some kind. As she touches it, she vanishes.
That's neat. Right, what now, Burzduck?
Wizards, man. Wizards do crazy
Well,
shit.
we wait for the others to come back, and then I guess we start looking into the bronze dragon.
After about 30 more minutes, they end up coming back.
No.
So it's
we're going back.
That was
expensive.
quick.
Does anyone want to contribute? It's 500 for the eye stock.
Well, let's
I
take that out of
have-
the tavern fund.
I have 100 gold on my sheet.
How much is in the tavern fund?
Yeah.
believe Burstick
Not
is
counting
keeping
the
track.
500. Not counting the 500, we're still waiting to get our hands back onto. 1,243 gold.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we could do that.
yeah.
All right.
All right, so we can
Shopping.
head back there, pick it up. I'll give back the 150 gold since are we all gonna go now?
We might as well, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, they do
Yeah,
have
let's
your
go.
acorn. It's 200. So.
Yay. Oh, thank you.
And to clarify, it is a gilded acorn that has a fishtail inside of it. And just to clarify that detail, fishtail inside of it is apparently the important part, which to me is also a question mark. Because like, what happens if you buy the gilded acorn and you can't really look inside of it? So how do you know if it has a fishtail?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just like have to test out the spell, I guess.
I feel like it's a
After
druid
spending
specific
them?
item. Like it's just a thing druids know about. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Azur's
that
just like, it's gilded. It looks fine to me.
very weird detail of a fishtail inside of a gilded acorn worth 200 gold.
All right, so I'll lead the way back so we can pick up the thing.
Okay.
We'll make your
Sounds
way
good.
back. For sake of time, I can say you guys purchased both of them, and the acorn is legitimate because I'm not that mean. What else? Is there anything else you guys would like to do? You are at an
Can I look
alchemist
for
shop
like
as
a
well.
blacksmith store on the way?
You would know of a blacksmith.
We've gone to
There's
one.
one right next to our
But is
house.
it- But is it on the way?
Burzduck works at one. We could go before we go to the alchemist.
You could do that.
Okay, fine. Well, I guess fuck that. I'm just gonna ask Burzduck. Do you know of any like weapons that are made specifically for like concealment?
Like what? Daggers
I don't-
or
Sure, something. I don't want my
Okay.
weapons taken away from me ever again.
Like mine, and I'll conjure my Wu-Tang.
That's cheating.
You would know that there is definitely weapons that can be concealed. A great axe is not one of them.
I'm aware.
There's no foldable great axe.
Should be a thing. You should note that down first.
I would say the longest weapon that you're aware of that could be concealed would be something in the range of like short sword or equivalent
So it
axe
doesn't
or
have
something
to
like
be
that.
long. I just want some weapon that I'm confident in using, that I'm also confident in my ability to hide it.
I mean, you could always hide a dagger. Something you
I'll
could
hand her
always
one
hide.
of my daggers because I already have 2.
I'm going to throw this at some point, and I'm
Okay.
probably going to lose this, so you're not attached to it.
No, I have 2.
Okay,
Now I have 1.
About to have maybe less than 1. Don't ask how it works.
I'm only giving you 1.
Let me test the weight of it, Chuck. Well, that's
Yeah.
There.
I'm hiding
Problem
it
solved.
in my
Pants?
right side. No. Well, kind of. The right side of my right boot leg.
Sure. Do that.
And it's staying there forever. Until I throw it.
All right,
Adding a
off
dagger
to the bronze drag. Did we get the potions?
You've not got. Oh yeah, Recon. You would have gotten the potion. Oh, my bad.
Okay, so bronze dragons or bugbears?
Oh.
Hmm.
I like murder.
No, that's
Could be either.
That's a great way to
But-
phrase that.
Did we ever ask Barnabas about if he knew any bugbears or?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go talk to the bronze dragon first, since we at least know
Sure,
kind of
yeah.
where that's at.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's in that
sounds like a plan.
ship, right?
All right. So you guys were granted five potions of water breathing, and we're heading down to the harbor.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and drag my map down there, as well as chat's map for flavor of where they are right now. There we go. So, you all make your way down there. The harbor is not hard to find. Imagine that. So how are you guys going about looking for said wreckage? You were told that some of the sailors had seen it, and there was rumors of it, and that they believed it was living in a shipwreck in the harbor itself.
I'm just gonna ask around about a shipwreck.
All right, sure. Give me an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
All right. Who are you asking about the shipwreck as well?
Literally anyone I see.
Just random people.
Yep.
Okay. You have mild success. You hear that there's been in the recent years about 20 to 30 ships that have been sunk in the harbor.
Oh boy.
Or at least that's what you pick up story-wise. They have no idea where any of them are. In the harbor. I mean, the harbor is only like
Big.
it's only like
Mile by mile.
it's only like 2 square miles.
Yeah.
It's only like
I'm a
one
wonderful
square mile.
investigator, guys.
Hmm.
Best investigator.
What do we know about these potions? How long can we breathe with them?
I believe it's. Let me double check. I believe it's 8 hours.
Okay.
Either that or it might be 24 actually. Let me double. Potion of water breathing 5e. 2. No, it's 1 hour. You can have 1 hour underwater.
Slightly less. I think it's the spell that's longer.
Yeah. So theoretically, you would probably want to gather
where
information
it
before
is.
setting out there, because it would definitely take you more than an hour to search the entirety of the harbor.
Well, who should we ask next?
They're like a harbor master.
There is a harbor master.
I feel like that's direction.
Let's go talk to the harbor master.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
a good idea.
Going to speak with the harbor master. Trying to figure out. Yeah. You eventually find your way to the harbor master. It's not difficult to find. His office is directly on one of the larger docks. And what do you ask? How do you approach the situation? What are you asking for? I'm not gonna RP it all out, but general idea of what you're asking for.
Have
Hand
you
him 6
seen a dragon
silver.
lately?
Have you seen a dragon? He'll give you
Where
the
have you
information
seen
that
a
no,
dragon?
he has not seen a dragon.
Dang it.
He has heard rumors of a dragon that's been floating around his bay, though.
That.
Where at in the bay?
Towards the south side of the bay. And that
Okay.
he had believed that it would probably be taking refuge in one of the shipwrecks that was down there. And he gives you that information, he pulls out a map. This map is of the harbor itself. It's actually larger than the normal city map that you would give. It's very, very detailed. Kind of shows you where the depth of everything is, which docks are to be used for which ships, how shallow all the water is, as well as out in the main part of the harbor. He has markers for about 200 ships. All of them out in the harbor. All of them seeming to be different ships that have been sunk throughout the times. As he moves to the south part of the harbor, he points out 4 ships that should be large enough that they could house a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in close proximity to each other. So
Okay.
you imagine it
possible-
wouldn't be too difficult to find it from there.
Okay. Is it possible to rent a small boat to get out? Like, does it look too far to just easily get to?
As you ask him this, he will quickly look through his ledger to see if there's any ships that are headed that way. There is a ship that is leaving shortly, and they're a transit ship, so you imagine if you paid them enough, they would be willing to.
Okay.
They leave within the next 2 hours, so they have at least enough time that they could probably sail you out to the harbor and drop you off and either wait for your return or leave and let you find your own way to shore.
Well, do we want to try that?
That's good.
I'm fine with that.
That could work.
All right, off to the ship, I guess.
Let me pull up my ship name generator.
Bodie McBoatface.
Not Bodie McBoatface.
It's actually Shippy McShipton.
I really feel offended by these ships because some of them have the word "the" in them, and I really
Oh.
it bothers me because I'm just like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be
Really?
the is not the name of a ship. The name of this ship is the Dunwick.
Sweet.
For those interested, I'll type it in chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sandwich.
Sandwich?
Kinda.
And he will.
Set me down with the sandwich.
Guys can make your way to the ship. It is a fairly smaller ship. You're looking at like somewhere between it's between a schooner size or slightly smaller than a schooner size.
Okay.
I can't think of the exact ship size of what that would be. Off the top of my head. Sec. I don't know why it's gonna bother me if I don't look it up.
Medium boat sized.
It would be. Why not? I'll just go with a Balam. That's large enough. Balam is large enough to take you there. More of a river ship, but it'll be fine. So. What would you all like to do?
We're going to the ship.
Okay, so.
Or to find the captain or whoever we need to talk to.
Yeah,
the ship is currently definitely getting ready. And has a crew of what looks like about 6 people total, including the captain. You are introduced to the captain, whose name I will provide shortly.
Random name generator.
Captain Bob.
Yeah. Who is a dwarf who goes by the name of Miles Dragon. Well, how can I help you all today?
Would we be able to potentially pay for a ride out into the harbor to a specific spot? And maybe for you to wait for us there for about, hopefully, a half hour or so?
Maximum an hour. Or
Maximum an hour?
Well,
Or
we're not
we'll
we're not looking to set out for another 2.5 hours, but the ship's all ready, and my passengers aren't here, so I suppose I could do that.
Okay, how much would it be to do that?
Well, for the crew and the hours, you'd probably be looking at like 10 gold.
I'll give him 15.
Well, for that, I can definitely do it.
6 silver.
You hand him 6 silver, and he's like, "That's enough for the crew to drink." That sounds good to me. Well,
Larry just gives a dumb smile. Thumbs
are we
up.
setting off right away then?
Are all of you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right,
Then yes.
right's up, boys. Anchor's up. Get ready for the sails. We're gonna be heading out into the harbor for a little bit. Get your fishing rods ready if you want to. Yeah, we'll. You guys all board the ship, and anchor is raised and sails are lowered as you all head out into the harbor. Providing him the location on the map.
Yes.
Of roughly where it is. Just for flavor, give me a survival check.
Oh no.
Can I help?
You can definitely help.
Do you want to roll? Or do you want
I think you should roll.
Everyone was in the harbor office, so anyone can roll for the survival check if they want to.
Okay. Hey, that's not that bad.
Ah, nice.
Hey.
So you would have had
You are
advantage as
doing
well,
good
so yeah,
tonight.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
So,
Hey.
yeah, you all get roughly around the spot. You don't have the map on you, and it's not as detailed, but you imagine that you are close enough. You would also know from the harbor master that this portion of the harbor is about 50 feet deep, which is not too deep for. It's not the deepest part of the harbor in any case of the imagination. For where these 4 ships are roughly around. You're not entirely sure which ship it is, but all of them are close to this location. So, yeah, what are you guys doing?
Preemptively
swimming.
before we drink our potions and dive into the potentially kind of dark water, I'm gonna touch Heath's staff and cast light on it.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
Keith, your staff is lit with light.
Cool. So bright.
And then I'll drink my potion and we can go.
Wait, drinking contest. Everyone, open your corks and we'll see who drinks the fastest.
Sure.
Okay.
Everyone give me a constitution check. This is the only thing I
Sure.
can think of, like, how fast you could drink something.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm wearing
Oh,
Berserk.
Berserk,
I'm
as,
gonna.
as she says, let's have a drinking contest, she's already uncorked it and started drinking before you've even pulled out your potion.
Well, Burzduck probably has some hesitation. He realizes, wait a minute. I'm in full plate.
You are in full plate now.
You'll sink
I'm running to
faster.
water.
You will
I will
sink
make it
very
to the bottom
fast.
faster. I will sink very fast. Well, all right.
But have fun getting back up.
I
instead-
have. I'll think about it. I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
I'll drink it, and I'll jump in.
All right. So, I need everyone to give me athletics check, other than Burstuck, because you are attempting to swim to the bottom of this
Also,
harbor. Burstuck,
uh,
you do not have to attempt to swim. You just fall.
I wanted to say that instead of drinking a potion, I'm gonna wild shape into a giant toad, and my
Okay.
staff is like in the webs.
Okay, you can do that. Let me double check something for a giant toad. You do have a swim speed, so you do not need to make any athletics check for actually swimming. Okay, and you can breathe water. That was what I was double checking. Yep, you're good.
That's smart, yeah.
So, while you are a toad, you cannot speak, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, you all make your way down. Burstuck sinking, the rest of you swimming down. As well as the giant toad turning into a giant toad as some of the crew kind of gives you an odd look as you jump and leap into the water.
We'll be back. Maybe.
They also do drop an anchor. This has already been dropped before you guys went into the water. So you guys can use an anchor as a guideline to get to the bottom, just to make it a little bit easier for you.
Yeah.
When you guys get to the bottom, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Looking for boats.
Boop, boop, boop.
As well as I need everyone to actually who wants to be the random chance person?
Me.
Okay, give me a D100.
Oh.
This is a shark.
Okay. The water is very murky. It seems like there's been a lot of travel through the harbor that seems to have kicked up a lot of the dirt inside of this harbor. So it is relatively hard to see when you guys do get to the bottom. You guys have about 30 feet of vision.
Even with dark vision?
Even with dark vision, that is how murky it is. It's not really the light that's making it difficult to see. It's just how murky the water is. However, as the anchor is placed down, Silas and Azra, you guys do spot a mast of a ship as you guys are making your way down. You don't spot the ship itself. It seems like the mast must have collapsed, and that's what you see.
Okay, I'll point towards it.
You guys can quickly traverse over to it, somewhat quickly. Burstuck, go ahead and give me an athletics check now. You guys are attempting to move through water, not just sinking. Alright. Your movement is halved normally when you go through the water. Burstuck, your movement is quartered, so you're moving at like 5 feet a turn. It is incredibly slow to move through here. Except for the toad. The toad is fine. So, it does take you guys a little while to get to the ship. I would say that Keith, you are the first one to arrive. If you are moving at max speed, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna like hold out. I'm just gonna hold out like the staff and try to see stuff. Look around.
You don't have your staff unless you
Oh.
untransformed.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
sorry
okay.
for spamming chat, but I was
Okay.
clicking a thing.
You're good.
Then I'm just gonna take a look around then.
Weird.
Yeah. Being as a toad, you're fine underwater. Your sight is still affected by the murkiness, but it's relatively easy for you to move around as you kind of move around looking at the ship. This ship is a fairly large ship. You're looking at a brigantine and upside class ship. The hold of this ship is relatively large. It doesn't. Go ahead and give me a perception check as the frog. Which, do you have a character sheet for that?
I don't think so.
Okay, give me 1 second. Oop. I'm gonna have to drag this onto the map real quick. And me. Delete it, just add it to my character list. And I can go to here and give you access to it. Druids just gotta be difficult. There you go. You should see it now.
It's
So it'll
froggy
be just a flat wisdom check because it doesn't have
Got it.
any extra perception.
Nailed it.
Alright. It's murky as shit. You can't see anything. You feel like you would have to get inside of the ship to be able to notice any, or if you wanted to actually look through it.
Then I'm just gonna wait around until the others get here.
Takes a little while, but the rest of you guys do get there. Catch up with the toad.
Okay. And we'll check the ship.
Give me perception check.
Perception.
Azra and Burzduck, you notice on one of the sides of the ship, there is a hole. Most likely what caused the ship to sink. A relatively large hole in the actual keel of the ship. It's not quite large enough for anything, or for at least a dragon to probably get into. It's about a 4-foot wide hole, like diameter hole. You don't think a dragon could should get into that, and it doesn't seem like there's anywhere else on the ship that the dragon could get into the ship from.
Okay. Gotta look for another one.
Alright, give me a survival check, as you guys are now at the bottom of the ocean and trying to traverse where the other shipwrecks are.
That looks right.
Alright. Azra, dropping to the bottom of the ocean, you're very confused. This is different for you. Traversing down here is odd. Aliri, however, you know it didn't really affect you all that much between land and here, so
Pretend I'm swimming in beer.
you can point out people the correct direction of where the next ship would be located as you all start to make your way there. It takes Heath, are you going off ahead again?
No, I'm gonna like kind of hold Burzduck and like propel him forward
Okay.
to make him faster since he's pretty slow.
Yeah, let me look at the stats of a frog real quick. Just needed it. Okay. Yeah, you could do that. I would say that your swim speed would definitely be reduced to about 20 feet if you were helping out Burzduck.
Yeah, I'm good.
So everyone could move out. You would move slightly faster than the group.
So.
But yeah, you could do that. If you wanted to, you could just use the swallow feature, but I feel like you wouldn't agree with that. So,
Yeah.
Nom nom.
So the rest of you guys make your way to the next ship. Burzduck being kind of pushed along by this giant toad a little bit, helping you out. with your immense, like, 400 pounds of weight underwater. Yeah, you guys eventually make your way to it. Everyone give me perception checks. Still waiting on Burstock and Giant Toad. Oh, wait, no, you already gave me. It was 19. Okay. Alright. Keith and Silas, you guys do spot the ship relatively quickly. Looking over it, I'll say it doesn't take you too long. On this one, on the keel of the ship, you do find a larger hole. This one is about 10 foot in diameter. You don't know how large the dragon was, but based off the fact it's a younger dragon, there is a chance that it could fit.
Could we talk underwater with underwater breathing?
Yep.
Like normal?
Yep. It's weird.
Oh.
I mean, you can talk like normal. Hearing it is definitely muffled. It's hard to understand.
Still
but
muffly.
yeah.
Weird.
It's like if you talked underwater normally. It's just that you're breathing. You can breathe the
Instead
water
of
as opposed.
breathing out air at the same time, it would just be water.
Yeah.
Are we going in this one?
Let's take a look.
All right.
Yep.
You go into this ship. This galleon-sized ship is massive in size. Looking into the keel brings you into what you imagine is probably the bottom of 3 layers on this ship. And as you can't actually see the other end of the ship from here. However, what you do see is as you make your way into the keel, you do see a glimmer of light on the other side of the ship. Something shines enough that you can notice it at the bottom of this ship.
I'm
Can I
gonna. Oh, go ahead.
An eye on the ground and just look for any dragon scales.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. You can confidently tell them that there's no dragon scales on the ground.
Not see anything.
I want to head towards the light.
Okay. You can definitely do that. As you get closer to it, what you eventually find is a large dragon who is sleeping at the moment underwater. And as soon as you... How close do you... Actually, no. It wouldn't matter because it's murky. As soon as you step towards it and can actually see it enough to make out what it is, you watch as its eyes jolt open as it turns and looks your direction.
Hello.
As all of the rest of you walk into view as well, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll wave at the dragon.
You watch as it turns to you. Hold. Let me do something for the dragon for sake of... You guys have just cornered it in its home, and it's in the base of a ship that you guys are seemingly at the only exit of.
It's fine.
Assuming none of us have any weapons drawn.
At the moment, no, you don't. Which is why it didn't immediately attack you. As it turns to you. Hello there. Can I help you?
Hello. Yes. Potentially.
Lightning.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
You're fine.
We came to see why you're here exactly. Especially underwater.
Well, kind has been known to live underwater and breathe here naturally.
I didn't know that.
But the reason that I'm here specifically is hiding from something that seems to be chasing me.
What's chasing you?
Something large enough to scare away a dragon.
Hmm.
And inside of a harbor in the middle of a city is a good place to hide.
I
Don't mean any
imagine
harm
so.
to the people here. I find all of my own food as I need it from the fish in the water, and I can stay here in hiding where there's lots of boats travel, so no one can really find me.
Understandable. I don't see them having an issue with that as long as you're not harming anyone. And we're not here to harm you. We do have one other thing.
Alright.
We are in need of a bronze scale. Is there anything you're willing to trade for us to have one of your scales?
Give me a persuasion check.
Nailed it.
What for?
A lock.
There's not many locks that can be opened by a dragon scale. I'm guessing this is a material component.
Correct.
What type of lock does it unlock?
I'm gonna look at the others.
Well,
How much do we want to say?
couldn't say exactly what all is in there, but I think there's another dragon in there.
A gold one.
Gold one.
So this lock is something large enough to fit a dragon in. So you're most likely looking at some sort of vault.
Mm-hmm.
What is your purpose in getting into the vault?
Protecting the city from others who'll try to get it for worse.
Make another persuasion check.
Ah!
It's not a lie, though. It's good.
You all don't seem like you are causing harm. You seem to be relatively trustworthy. You found my abode and you came in without weapons drawn. I might be able to part with one of my scales. However, it would come with a small price.
Of course.
Okay.
I'd be willing to part with one of my scales if you would be able to procure me a proper meal.
What would that consist of?
Nothing too large. Just would like something other than fish for a change. Been eating fish for about 2 weeks now. Something in the range of cattle
Wow.
or something in that range
Yeah.
would be more different enough to possibly quench the taste of something other than this. We wouldn't need to bring it down here.
That's good.
What I could do is, if you would be willing to possibly purchase one, I could meet you on the high road outside the south gate. far enough out that there's some woods around, so I could land without being too precarious. If you'd be willing to do that, then that is something that I
Okay.
can possibly part with. However,
Right.
I would like the payment transacted at the same time. That makes sense. I'll give you the scale if you bring the meal.
Okay.
Makes sense.
How long do we think it would take to get out to where he wants to meet?
To the forest, probably about like 2 hours. Once you got back on shore.
So how about sundown? Wait, what time is it right now?
We could always just do
It's pretty
tomorrow
early in the
morning.
day.
Use the rest of the day to get a cow, and then bring.
I
it
don't
there
think
in the
it'll
morning.
take too long to get a cow.
Question. You
Yes?
just want a living cow?
Living, dead, doesn't really matter.
There's no,
Living
I
might
would
be
ask
easier
that
to
it
get
be
it there.
a little bit more fresh.
just wondering if you wanted like prepared or something.
No, raw is fine.
Okay.
I was thinking sundown so he could get over there more in the dark and not be at risk.
Which is perfectly fine with me.
And it's still early in the day, so it probably gives us time to go and do that and then head over.
If that's the
Sure.
case,
Yep.
light 2 fires right next to each other. That should be easy enough to spot from the air.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, this dragon is smarter than me.
We were told the dragon is very intelligent, so.
I know, but like it's just hitting hilarious.
Well, we appreciate your time.
I appreciate the consideration.
All right.
Be well.
Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you this evening.
Mhm.
Okay, I love
If
you.
you ever
Bye.
find yourself going to town, feel free to stop by the Troll Skull Inn. We can probably have an actual cooked meal too, if you're ever interested. Don't know if you would, but let you know.
Interested? Yes. However, without the means of magic at the moment, it's my kind is not usually practices of the arcane. It is difficult for me to not look like this.
If you ever see 2 fires
No.
in the same area lit, it's us, and we're giving you more food as a
Yeah.
thank you or something.
I'll keep an eye out.
Oh, well, I mean, give it a few decades. You know, us dwarves live a while.
Well, to us you don't.
We'll see you soon.
You make your way out. Give me another survival check.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Now, 2 crits in one night.
I know!
Alright. Well, you guys have little issue finding your way back to the anchor, which is the easiest way to make your way back up. With the help of the giant toad, Burzduck, you can give me an athletics check with advantage. The rest of you
Yeah.
have little issue making your way up there, just climbing the anchor chain.
Yeah. God damn it.
You have
Oh, no.
advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think I borrowed Azra's dice by accident.
So
You can keep them.
you
Take them back.
getting some help from Keith helps. However, it's a very slow going process climbing an anchor chain with plate mail. As you all literally are climbing the chain, every once in a while you just feel it like jerk up about like 2 feet and then get dragged down another foot. As you all eventually make your way up, it takes Burzduck another good probably 15 minutes to get to the top. Luckily, you guys found the ship pretty soon. So you are now at the base of the ship. How would you like to attempt to get onto the ship?
I'm gonna knock.
Misty step.
Okay.
Oh, that's
You can do that. You giving up on your attempt to do this. You can definitely misty step onto the side of the ship, and you were good.
That was my plan.
That's a good plan. So you misty ship back on board the ship
Misty ship.
as
Misty ship.
as some of the crew members are definitely startled by the dwarf appearing in plate mail all of a sudden on the deck of their ship. Oh well, I guess you guys are back. Haven't been gone that long. Well, we caught a few fish, but that's enough, I guess, for now. That'll add to the stock, so we can head back. Raise anchor, we're heading back. As you
Thanks,
guys
Captain.
takes you guys about 10 minutes. It took you about 5 minutes to get out there. It takes you about 10 minutes to get back, as they actually have to turn the ship around and everything.
I am busy using prestidigitation to clean all the salt water off of my armor.
Does not take very long. And luckily, your armor is also magically enchanted, so it does not rust. So
I'm gonna unwild shape and return to human dry.
yep, you can definitely do that. As you guys head back into town, and that's where we'll go ahead and call it for the evening. You guys have to go procure a cow and take the cow out to the middle of the forest.
My notes are gonna consist of I gotta talk to a man about a cow.
And yeah, let me add that to my notes as well. Not that exact statement, but
I feel like it
Locate some
sums it up
farmer. Hey,
very
do you
well.
have a cow, man?
yeah. So thank you guys all for joining me and our players this evening. Hope you guys had fun hanging out. We will have a continuation of this campaign next Saturday around 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for joining. I will be live on Monday, probably again, most likely with Eco, but we'll see if the game changes depending on if anything else happens. That will be around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm live on Monday through Saturday. I usually take Sundays off because I have to start work at 4 a.m. So I like to get at least one good night's sleep. But yeah, we'll be back again next week on Saturday at 6:30. We'll be back with my Wednesday campaign around 6:30 as well. Wednesday night campaign, and catch me on Monday as I start with my stream again. So hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will go ahead and find someone to toss you guys to. And yeah, have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
Box. I mean, we actually don't know if it's going to be a banger yet, but you know what? Even if it's not, I've had a fucking amazing time. Moon and Sun Veg.